Now, in this video, we tell the bald egghead fuck Dana White to step aside as we play matchmakers. We're going to matchmake key fighters from UFC 313 and who they should fight next. Starting off, we have the best boxer in the UFC, Joshua Van. Now, we're going to do Joshua Van versus Kai Asakura. We're going to call it the Battle of Asia. Now, I don't know from a can of paint where Myanmar is, but guessing from Joshua Van's phenotype, we're going to say he's Asian. Now, Joshua Van, Kai Asakura has to prove himself. Listen, you fought Pantoja, you got absolutely brutally taken down and submitted. You're going to have to prove yourself, kid. Prove that you're not a fluke. Prove that you're not a fake one of these guys that come over and are absolutely doo-doo. We're going to do Joshua Van, Kai Asakura, the Battle of Asia. Moving on. Now, we have Mauricio Ruffy, fighting nerds. We're going to go Mauricio Ruffy, Beneil Dariush. The kid already called out Beneil Dariush. Now, do I think it's a bad matchup? Potentially, yes. It can be a bad matchup. You never know. Dariush is a gritty veteran, good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling, does have a gas tank, unlike Mauricio Ruffy, who completely gassed his last fight. That third round, he was huffing and puffing. All them scissor kicks, all them spinning heel and wheel kicks. None of that shit was going on. I love Mauricio Ruffy. He can and will, in my opinion, brutally flatline Beneil Dariush, but Beneil Dariush has a really good chance. It's a 50-50 fight in my opinion, but I love the call out. We're going to give you Beneil Dariush. Leon, Bobby King Green. Listen, it's time for you to hang it up. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you want to bite down on the mouthpiece and keep brutally getting flatline, but look, CTE is a real thing. Go ahead and ask my boy and one of my GOATs, BJ Penn. Now, BJ Penn is suffering from CTE as we speak. Bobby Green, you're next. If you don't retire now, I'm telling you to retire. But just in case you are hard-headed and you don't want to retire, we're going to give you Matt Frevola. Now, either Matt Frevola is going to brutally flatline you or you're going to gritty and outclass Matt Frevola. It, in my opinion, is a legit 50-50 fight. Matt Frevola, Bobby Green, sign me up, book it. Moving on, we have Ignacio Bahamondes. Listen, kid, we get it. You're 6'2". You're a great striker. You showed you got great jiu-jitsu. You showed that Bilal Muhammad's in your corner. He's a gritty veteran, a champion. Listen, it's time we throw you in there with the Wolves. Jalin Turner was not in it. His heart wasn't in it. He tapped. He didn't even try to posture up. The kid retired. Do I think he retired? I don't know, 50-50, but he claims he's retired. Ignacio Bahamondes, we're going to give you the loser of Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler. It's time we throw you in there with the big dogs. You're a 6'2", lightweight that can strike, great grappling that you showed. Question mark a little bit since Jalin Turner wasn't really in it, but we're going to test out everything your dog, Paddy Pimblett, Michael Chandler, the loser, versus Ignacio Bahamondes. You can add that to a feature fight of a pay-per-view. I love the fight. Moving on. Jalin Turner, as I said, retired. Listen, I wish you the best. The kid can still fight, but we're gonna say retired. Once you say you're retired, you're already halfway out of it. Stay there. Jalin Turner retired. Moving on. Justin Gaethje, Homer Simpson. We're going to give you Dustin Poirier. Listen, there's nothing else to do. You can't rebook Dan Hooker. You're definitely not getting a title shot. If they give Justin Gaethje a title shot, I'm done with the UFC. They just want to give Islam Makhachev countless title defenses that are easy as fuck. Let's be honest. He can't do Dan Hooker. He already got knocked out by Max Holloway, lost to Oliveira, doesn't want Arman, won't fight Ilya. The only next best thing is Dustin Poirier. Poirier wants to retire. Poirier Gaethje 3. They're 1-1. Do the fight. It's going to be a fight night main event, or it's even going to be a pay-per-view, I'm hearing, in the summer. Gaethje, Poirier 3, an absolute brutal war. It's going to be a fucking banger. Gaethje, you're going to have to show me better. You could tell me. Moving on. Rafael Fiziev. We're going to do Rafael Fiziev. He's in a tough situation. The kid is in a tough situation. He lost to Gaethje twice. I, in my opinion, could make a case for Gaethje winning both fights. More for the first fight. Second fight, it was extremely iffy, but he lost. The kid, you either rebook the Mateos Gamrot fight, or, in my opinion, you do Rafael Fiziev. You gotta, let's be honest, the kid has to defend his ranking. We're gonna do Fiziev versus Grant Dawson. That's my opinion. If they don't want to rebook Fiziev Gamrot, you do Fiziev versus Grant Dawson. You do his ATT brother come back and defend his spot. Grant Dawson is on a tear. The way he beat Diego Ferreira, listen, I'm telling you, Grant Dawson is the truth. Grant Dawson, Rafael Fiziev, book it. On. Alex Pereira and Magomed Ankalaev. It's obvious they're going to do the rematch. Now, Alex Pereira should take some time off, and we already know Magomed Ankalaev wants to do the fight in Abu Dhabi. Wow. What an absolute surprise that I never saw coming. Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev, October Abu Dhabi rematch. Easiest fight to rebook. I think Alex was too wrestle heavy. He was leaning, barely fishing for underhooks. It is what it is. Alex Pereira is going to come out extremely striking heavy this fight. I'm telling you. Alex Pereira, Magomed Ankalaev, October Abu Dhabi. Gonna be a banger. It is what it is. And that is that. Matchmaking, new segment on the channel. And that is that.